Notts County Talk, we are live with finally episode 186 of the Pavis Perspective. It was scheduled for last week. Obviously, the game was postponed for a frozen pitch. This is the first Pavis Perspective since the 23rd of December when we previewed a double sort of fixture game week. It was Chesterfield and it was MK Dons, and hasn't a lot happened since then. We've got the Chesterfield defeat. We've got the MK Dons draw at their place, which I think we probably should have won the game. We've got the absolutely dismal, which I'm only going to brush over today, 1-0 defeat. I think it was 1-0. I can't even remember the game that well, against Accrington on New Year's Day, which is probably the worst game of football I've seen ever. Maybe it was that bad. We've got incomings, we've got outgoings, we've got rumours flying about everywhere. We've got a giveaway of the second to last Notts County Talk mug, which would be a lovely present post-Christmas to give someone. If you say, I forgot to get your present, Notts County Talk mug. Never, ever lets your drink go cold. Not guaranteed, by the way. And George will be joining me shortly. I've got Sam, Crawley fan, who was on earlier in the season. He'll be joining me as well. Good to see so many regulars here after nearly a month off from the show. We've got Liberty, who was here at 5 o'clock, saying she doesn't usually get to the show. So welcome for that. Royston, we've got County Card 123, who is a channel member. We've got Matt, we've got Jürgen Pye, we've got Stephen, we've got Jane, Richard, Ian. So many people in. We've got Mickey Blue, who's been a channel member for a long time. Chris, good to see you. Rosemary as well. So any questions you've got for me, any questions you've got for George, or indeed for our guests, we're a fantastic channel at getting questions in for our guests as well. Get one of those in for Sam. Today's anagram is look real. I think you'll get that nice and easy. And if you are listening back on Spotify, please do leave a 5-star review. We are aiming to get to 100 reviews, 5-star on Spotify. That would be massive for us. Leave a comment as well if you do listen back on there. As always, we are powered by Better Bytes Computers. Use the code Pavis Perspective when you do go in there. Get discount on refurbished computers and computer repairs. Let's get into it. I'm buzzing. I've got so much to say on tonight's show. I know George has well. He's been messaging me. We've been messaging all week. Quite a busy January so far. Vote on the poll question. How do you see the January window so far? Is it terrible, average, good, or brilliant? Brilliant. Let me know. I know what I've voted. And let's get into the show. So I'm going to chat Crawley first. A ground I've never been to, a ground I will be going to on Saturday, and I am very, very excited to go to. So let's get Sam on. Fantastic guest before Christmas. Sam, how are we?
Yeah, good, thank you.
We briefly chatted before the show, but 2 postponements in a row, one at home, one away for us. Gillingham at home, Oldham away. Game should be on Saturday, you think?
Yeah, I think so. There's been a lot of rain today, but not a lot of rain due tomorrow. And our pitch pretty much holds up okay. So, yeah, and I think having had a 2-week break, we'll be doing everything we can to get the game on.
Brilliant. So we chatted to you a while back. We'll look at that game shortly. I think it was 4-0 to Notts, wasn't it, in that game? But you're not on a fantastic run, I'm sorry to say. 3 defeats in a row in the league. 4 defeats in 5. I'm just looking back to your last league win. Was the 8th of November. Not going well.
Yeah, I mean, actually, our last league win against 11 men was actually in September as well. So, wow. If I want to give a bit more hope, yeah, I mean, it's been dreadful, to be honest with you. It has been dreadful. However, in the 2-week gap since our last game, we've signed 8 players. So we're kind of going into Saturday in a very different mindset. I think off the back of the last 2 defeats, just at the start of the year, there was a lot of doom and gloom around the place, a lot of discussion about the manager's future and players who might be departing and who we need in. But we've really strengthened. I've never known a window like it where we've signed so many players in such a short space of time. And I think the atmosphere will be very much in the players' favour on Saturday because it's been a bit spiky before that. So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see all these new players coming in, and I think it's interesting. I think not only is the Notts County manager going to struggle to know who we're going to play, I think all the Crawley Town fans are going to struggle to know who we're going to play. So yeah, it'll be a really interesting game actually.
Yeah, there'll be a few changes for us, not too many though. I think we'll pretty much be able to predict probably 8 of the starting 11, maybe even 9. I'm looking at the table, and when you came down, I thought, quite like your manager. I think there's an opportunity here for them to maybe challenge. I don't know how you felt at the start of the season, but maybe challenged, for a playoff place. Is it safe to say this season is now completely avoid relegation?
Yeah, I mean, the gaffer spoke a little bit about doing a Doncaster Rovers from a couple of years ago where they kind of went on that massive winning run. But I think we're so far behind now. I think it's about climbing that table as quick as possible and looking to kind of reset, ready to be on the front foot going into next season. I mean, in all competitions, we've won 5 games out of 30. So if that's your record, you deserve to be where you are. So, yeah, we need to turn the tide very quickly. There are probably 2 teams at the bottom of the table who are really struggling much more than everyone else. However, they're going to have a transfer window. They'll put some wins together. We need to make sure that we start winning and quickly, and we've got some really tough fixtures ahead. So, yeah, I mean, any talk of playoff, I think, is more hope rather than expectation now for sure, because the gap's so big. But yeah, it's interesting really because we never really talk about promotion before a season as Crawley fans or even as the club, but the ownership, the managers, before the start of the season, we're talking about promotion, which is unheard of for us. So to have the season we've had so far, it is a surprise, really, and there's not met anyone else's expectations. So, yeah, it's definitely about trying to get to that 50-point mark as quickly as possible, I think.
We've had a fair few fans on lately, or certainly before Christmas, where there was question marks over the manager. So we had Bristol Rovers fan on, obviously before Steve Evans was appointed. They were saying they were behind their manager at the time. What are fans like behind Scott Lindsay?
Yeah, I think it's interesting really because Scott Lindsay, when he first came in, he kept us in the Football League, and then we had that unbelievable season when he made the playoffs. Then obviously he started in League One, but then he went to MK, and then he came back and he nearly kept us up. So he's got a lot of tokens in the bank with the majority of Crawley fans. So I think if it had been any other manager after 30 games with only 5, for sure, I think he'd have gone. And if you look at the bottom of the table, there's only Scott and then obviously Simon Weaver with his dad being the owner, who are still in their jobs from the start of the season. So I think had it been anyone else, they probably would have lost their job. But I think the owner and Scott have got a really good relationship, and I think the owner knows what Scott can deliver, and the majority of the fans do as well. I think the fans have more turned on the players rather than the manager. But there have probably been some question marks around why is he still playing the same players? Why hasn't he maybe gone to a plan B? But I think the fact we've seen 8 players come in demonstrates that the owners are not only backing Scott, but that's a statement of intent of we know we've got the right manager, but we need different players. So our director of football left in October, and we've got a new one now. We've obviously seen those of incoming. So I was concerned after the last 2 defeats, would Scott be on his way out at the end of this month if it didn't go his way? And I really didn't want to see that because of what he's done with the football club. But I think the fact he's been backed so heavily in January demonstrates that he's going to be here for at least the rest of the season.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm looking at your fixtures. Not easy afterwards to go to Barrow. I don't think Barrow is an easy place. Walsall away then, and then 31st of Jan at home to Harrogate is a massive, massive game, isn't it? You've briefly spoken about your signings and 8. Another one that could be coming through the door, and you know, we again very briefly spoke before the show. We've both heard the same name. Is Kellen Gordon?
Yeah. Yes, we signed Dino Orsi and Clyde Lollos, who obviously were 2 of the Wembley heroes. And Scott has said publicly that we're very close to getting a third over the line. And there's been lots of rumours who that could be. But Kellen Gordon's come up a lot and obviously hasn't started many games for you guys. So I think a lot of Crawley fans will be pleased to have him back in our squad. And he wasn't always available, was injured quite a bit. However, on his day, he was a fantastic wing back for us in the formation we play. And I think Crawley fans was welcome with open arms. And we've had quite a bit of lack of depth in the wing back position this season with the amount of injuries we've had. So, and we've signed a left wing back from Ireland. So, yeah, I definitely think a lot of Crawley fans will welcome him with open arms. And if we can keep him fit and he plays like he did for us before, it'd be a great signing.
You know, in your promotion season, what was the consensus, if there was one? Who was the better player, Cerullo or Gordon?
Well, they both played. So one played on the right, one played on the left. So I think Cerullo had been there longer, and he was part of the team that beat Leeds 3-0 at home, and was quite a big fan favourite. So I think if there was a vote, the fans would say Cerullo, and I would agree with that. But Kellen Gordon was as good, just probably wasn't as available as much. I'd like them both back, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think probably if Crawley fans had to choose, it'd be Cerullo.
Fair enough. When I have to mention as well, I saw a little thing that said that one more player is coming in. I thought that better not be Nick Cerula because I won't be going to the game on Saturday to see him in a Crawley shirt. But yeah, fair enough. And I think Kellen Gordon probably will want more playing time and to go back to a club where he did well. Yeah, I can't blame him. A couple of questions from some viewers then. Charlie says, how's Bajrami been?
Yeah, really good, to be fair. When we signed him, everyone's like, why we signed this guy? He hasn't played for 2 years. But he's kind of sat in front of the back three and been good on the ball and good defensively. So he's probably exceeded expectations, definitely for myself and probably the majority of the fans as well. Jay Williams has come back from injury recently and has kind of probably kept him out of the team a couple of times. But yeah, he's played centre half once as well. But yeah, definitely impressed more than I expected. And is it'll be interesting to start Saturday because playing at home, we might not want to play with two defensive midfielders, but yeah, he's definitely been in and around the starting 11 the majority of the games. And I wouldn't be surprised actually if we signed him permanently.
Yeah, it's interesting because when we signed him, from what I'd heard and from other fans, like he was a really, really serious like prospect, and you could see it at Notts. Then I'd wondered what that injury had done to him, but obviously, playing well for you, good to hear, and he's part of our promotion winning side. So, no bad words to say about him. Second question is one that we have asked to all our guests, and when Adam's not on live, I still ask it. And you might have already been asked this question, but has it changed? Your favourite away day currently in League Two, and why?
Oh, good question. So, League Two, I always like going to Bradford because it's a big stadium. I definitely don't like going to Barrow because it's miles away. Swindon's always really expensive. I think it's really hard to pin one out. I'll tell you one we did like this year is Bromley, just because it's 45 minutes from us and we haven't played them in the league before, and it's so local, and we took a good number. So yeah, Bromley was good. As much as they're doing well, hopefully they stay down because we played them on the midweek game. It'd be good to play them on a Saturday. So and they're redoing their ground. The away end wasn't great this year, but I think they're definitely a progressive club on the up. And I think being so local to us, 45 minutes away, I think I'll have to say that one for this season. Albeit we didn't win.
Sorry, do you think they'll keep it up? I can't believe how high they are. Like, fair play to them. I'm just away from our teams.
Yeah, so we played them at their place to start of December. And it was a quick turnaround. We played them again at the end of December. And to be fair, in both games, they were good. I think their style of play is very similar to probably a Steve Evans style of play. And it's a good question. I do think they'll finish top three. I just think they bully teams. They're strong. They've got a top goal scorer in there. They've got pace. They've got strength throughout the team. I do think they'll finish top three because there's no one else running away with it. We all thought MK Dons might run away with it. We all thought the likes of yourself and Chesterfield would be up there. But yeah, I do think they'll finish top three just because they've got that nice cushion already. And it'll be interesting to see how they fare in League One because I think there's a big gap between the kind of bottom half of League One and the top half of League Two, as we're seeing with the likes of Port Vale this season. So no, I do think they will. I think having 51 points this stage of the season, you only really need another 30, 35, and I think they're going to get over the line.
Yeah, as long as they don't do a Walsall from last year, they should. I think they could do it. I bought tickets today for Bromley. Actually, it's on Valentine's Day, so it could be a good game. It needs to be a good game for me to be going to the football on Valentine's Day. But there we go. Hopefully we get the win as well. Dale has said because there's quite a few, like, I wouldn't call them leaks. We're a League Two club, but like there's quite a lot of information that seems to be going around that ends up being true. Dale said he's been told that I assume this is Kellen Gordon is going to be announced after the game on Saturday, alone until the end of the season. It would make sense to do it after the game, wouldn't it? So I assume he would be ineligible to play anyway if you loaned him before.
Yeah, I do wonder whether the clubs have just gone, we're going to do a deal, but we're playing each other, let's just hold it off. And it'll be interesting to see either way if he's in the squad on Saturday for yourselves, because if you're looking to let him go to us, is he going to then play against us? And yes, that will be interesting to see when the squad's announced whether he's in the team or not. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether it's him or not. But the fact is, been kind of the week has gone on without that third player being signed, probably leads more to think it might be him after the weekend.
Yeah, fair enough. Two more questions. The final one will be the score prediction, so I'll give you a little bit of time to think about that. My first trip to your ground, I think it's been, we might have had a midweek one or something in the last few years. So looking forward to that. If you were an away fan, would you enjoy the experience of your ground? Is there anywhere, pubs around there to go to? Or
Well, so this season, for the first time, we've actually built an away fan zone, which is good because it's obviously driving revenue. So there is an away fan zone now at the ground, which is good because you can get a beer just before the game and at half time as well. So that's the first time ever we've been able to get a beer at the stadium. There's a pub called the New Moon, which is kind of on the way from the station towards the ground and is not far from the ground walk if you're driving as well. That's kind of a designated away pub. But yeah, there is a fan zone that's covered. So yeah, definitely spend a few pound there to drive the club's revenue. But I think fans like coming to us because it's an old school terrace behind the goal. You get kind of the whole end behind the goal. There's obviously a few seats as well, and we've had some teams do make a good atmosphere when they come to us. But yeah, hopefully with the new signings we've made, we'll kind of make it a bit of a fortress from now on.
Right, really looking forward to ticking that one off. And finally, Sam, score prediction.
So after the Cheltenham game, I kind of looked at his fixture and I was like, I can't see us getting anything. And then we kind of make these signings, and as soon as I signed Orsi, probably more with my heart than my head, I was like, "That's it, we're going to beat Notts." I just feel 2 weeks on the training grounds that some of these players returning, where we are in the league. I can see us winning, albeit when you've only won 5 out of 30 this season, that might sound mad, but I do think this is a real opportunity to win, and I think your preparation is going to be hampered by the fact that you don't know who we're going to play, what style of play we're going to play with these new players. So, yeah, I do think we'll win, and I'm going to go, but I do think we'll concede, so I'm going to say 2-1.
I think it could be a really interesting game because we haven't won in 4. So I think we need to come and be aggressive. Like we realistically, for momentum, have to win. So could be a great game. But Sam, really, really appreciate you coming on. Thanks for being on both times this season. Enjoy the game Saturday and good luck for the rest of the season.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. I saw a message that said, "Where's George?" He has been delayed on the show. Obviously, we've loaned Roos out, which we're going to talk about, but the club did talk about having 3 available goalkeepers. So George is the 3rd available goalkeeper. Belshaw, Griffiths, and then George is there when needed. They're paying for his flights over from Ireland whenever needed. So that's where he's signed from. No idea when he'll be with us, though. So interesting one. Have you signed?
I'm back.
Have you signed?
I'm back.
You're back, but have you signed for Notts?
I can't confirm or deny.
Got to wait for it to be announced.
Yeah, it's all contractual, you know.
All contractual. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Birthday, whatever. Haven't been able to say Happy New Year. Did you see you at MK though? Did see you at MK? That was a funny coincidence, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was funny to bump into you actually. I wasn't expecting to see you there. Even though I did drive down with you, it was weird seeing you. It was
crazy. I had a Nando's and you were on the same table as me.
Yeah. What are the odds?
What are the odds? What are the odds? What do you think of MK's ground very quickly? I think as an away day, it's actually all right.
I like it, mate. How many stadiums can you go to in the world where you get padded seat?
Exactly. How many can you go to when you literally walk 2 minutes from the place you get to eat? I think it's all right.
You could go watch a film. You could go get a Nando's and then you could go watch a game.
You could. You know, if you're getting battered at half time, you could just leave and watch film.
Yeah.
That'd be class. You look on your phone 3-0 down, you've won 4-3 after the film. Great. That's a story to tell. Callum, member for 29 months, says George sorting the business class flights out. It'll be first class when you see the performances he puts in goal. Unreal. Unreal. And then you'll realise you've signed up for a team that's not 5-a-side and you probably won't be quite as good. But you were good. 5-a-side, you were good. Really good. Right. There's so much to talk about that's happened even in the past day. Really, isn't there? I don't really want to dwell on the 4 winless games because we sat on the 23rd of December after drawing Walsall, battering Walsall really, but not scoring. And we were like, we could go on 7 points already from this month. And then we lose at Chesterfield pretty badly. We draw at MK, probably should have won that game. And then I don't even want to talk about New Year's Day. It was horrendous. So it's a very different vibe to what we could have had. What we haven't touched on yet are the postponed games. Do you think they've helped us or not?
Time will tell, mate, won't it? Time will tell. Thanks, Ian. I was just thinking this to myself as I was driving home from work, literally 10 minutes ago. We could literally come out the blocks really quickly, and the rest would have done us good, and a bit of time to get used to maybe 1 or 2 of the new signings and things like that. But it could also have had the adverse effect as well, where we're not as sharp as we need to be, match sharp. So time will tell. It's hard to say. I mean, going into this, we were sort of saying, I think we needed the first postponement, weren't we? I think we needed to regroup a little bit and maybe get a few signings over the line and things like that, which they have happened now. We've had a few outgoings as well. Well, only one officially announced so far, but there's going to be, it looks like there's going to be one or two more outgoings. So far, so good, but we definitely still need numbers in the door. I think two more really good signings, and I think we're going in the right direction for what we're aiming for, which is promotion.
Yeah, I agree. I think there won't have been too much work going on to the pitch for the Gillingham game. I think we looked exhausted. The only kind of downside to that is Gillingham were I think they were 10 or 11 without a win. They said they needed recruits. They're exhausted. It's being rearranged for just after the transfer window closes. So both teams are going to have rejigged transfers, and let's see what happens. This is really bad. But when Oldham was postponed, I was still kind of reeling from the Accrington performance, and I was like, oh, well. I was messaging Jordan as well, and Jordan won't mind me saying this. And if he does mind, he can't stop me saying it anyway because he's not here. But we both kind of messaged really, that's not the end of the world. I'm not that bothered at all. I just spent the day at home. Weather wasn't great and just didn't watch that, really. Bit good that I won't be able to probably go to the reverse fixture with it being a Tuesday night. And Jake was the designated driver. So please all bombard Jake's DMs and ask him to drive for that game because contractually, if he was the one driving the Saturday, do you reckon he needs to drive the Tuesday, George?
I do.
Absolutely. I agree. But yeah, then you look at this and another away game where I don't know if you caught the end of Sam there. They've signed 8 players and we can't really prepare for them. We can't prepare how they're going to set up. So this could be another game we don't win. Then you're 5 without a win. And I think it could start to become a bit tricky. We then got Crewe at home and we never, ever do well against Crewe, ever. I mean, someone will point to a couple of wins we've got. I just don't feel like we do well. And then you've got Swindon at home, we're up there. So pivotal to win, in my opinion. But, oh, well, it's allowed us to get players through the door. Let's talk about the January transfer business.
Yep.
Let's do the poll question now before, and people can add to it. So we've got, I don't know if you've got it available to you, we've got 117 votes. So how would you describe Notts January business so far? What's it looking like?
It's looking like the one that I voted for. So terrible, average, good, brilliant. Terrible is 11%, 60% is average, good is 28%, brilliant is 3%. So obviously the majority there lies of average, and then after that is good. I think average. I put average. I think it's very average to what you'd expect as well from Notts. I'm always hoping to be sort of blown out of the water by just a random signing somewhere though, because we do need it, I think.
I think what we've done so far shows almost an admittance of how, not how bad, but how, I wouldn't say bad because we have got some good players through the door, but how there were some really poor mistakes made in the summer window. The fact you've bought in a goalkeeper and loaned him out already, it's so terrible.
I think the problem is I think with a goalkeeper, when a goalkeeper's costing you as many goals as he has and points, and sort of just lacking that reassurance that you want from a goalkeeper to sort of reassure the back line, all of those sorts of things, I think it highlights massively. But you know, on the whole, as the summer transfer window wasn't that bad. I mean, another mention there is Traore, who apparently is getting a move to Sligo Rovers over here in Ireland. And do you know what I will say? I think the moves that we have got for those two, potentially, if Traore does go on loan to Sligo Rovers, that's a decent move for him, because it's a bit of a step down. It's a place for him to sort of, the standard's not what it would be in League Two, would it? Let's be honest. I know it's sort of like top end of the Irish League, but we've been linked to players, haven't we, from the top division?
Yeah, we have.
So I think it's sort of a similar, maybe a little bit lower level, but I think it's a good place for him to regroup and sort of maybe tune himself a little bit, get some matches behind him under his belt. And kill Russ as well to kill Marnik. I think that's a decent loan for him. I mean, that's quite a sideward step. I think it's not like a downward step, is it?
I'd argue it's a step up.
Yeah, you could argue that for sure.
I mean, they're second to bottom of the Scottish Prem, but I think if you put us in the Scottish Prem, I'd be all right. I don't think it'd be great. I
don't want to start slagging people, but being second from bottom and then signing Roos in January is scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean they've conceded second most in the league, 39.
Well, look, let's hope it relights his career, because it was definitely not. So it wasn't working at Notts.
Yeah, I don't want to see him at Notts again, though. You talk about you don't think the January window was good. The summer window was that bad. We had Barry Cotter playing at Baseford United, and we're still paying him a wage. What's gone on there? Because I think this is something you mentioned to me. I'm sure Barry Cotter was a Martin Patterson signing. It came across that way, didn't it? It came across that he had history with him. And for the first 3 or 4 weeks, the interviews, he was talking about Cotter's character and this and that, and he kept alluding to Barry Cotter. The guy just played you've got to have a serious mentality not to let that. Do you not feel as a professional footballer that must feel quite degrading?
Yeah. Well,
what's going on with your career there? Would you not ask to be sent back to Barnsley there? Were you just happy? I don't know. I think
I'm not sure how that one goes though. Because of the structure of the loan, I'm sure that it's a season-long loan, so they can't recall him. Even if he wants to go back, I don't think he can, because it's like a contractual agreement for that length of time. I think it's like there's obviously loans where you can go, like the club can say that they can come back and things like that. But why, if you're Barnsley, it's Barnsley, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're Barnsley, why would you want to bring him back and then have to pay his full wages anyway?
Fair enough. Or have the hassle of trying to get him elsewhere.
Exactly. Yeah. At least, I know it's not first team football, but at least he's playing.
Yeah, you're right. Obviously, Al Joffrey has gone since we were last had a show. I think that was the writing was on the wall there. Was okay. He wasn't bad. He wasn't brilliant. I wouldn't say, honestly, I know this might sound a bit mad. I wouldn't say he's not for me, he's not as good as Macari. I mean, potential-wise, he might end up being better. He's at Man U, but you never know. I would say he wasn't awful, but he wasn't that far behind. I just think Macari had a bit more physicality about him. I kept seeing Al Joffrey get bullied in certain situations. And then when you lose Platt, you've got to go with someone like Macari, start him week after week, because you can't be going in with sort of a defence that has no chemistry in there. And we send Al Joffrey back. And we signed Luke Brown. I'm going to be honest. To me, Palace under-21 captain, Palace fans saying he's good, but not really going to break into their first team. I mean, it'd be difficult for any academy player to break into their first team if they're not there at Luke Brown's age of 20, just turned 20. That's a future signing for me. I think that's who can we sort of liken it to? Almost the Macari signing when we got him a few years back. So I don't expect him to be starting games necessarily. I definitely don't expect him to be put straight in at Crawley. No way. That's probably the least interesting of the 3 signings, in my opinion. We've then got Bekray Onoru from Tamworth. How excited are you for this? Complete unknown, even though not complete unknown. He absolutely destroyed Pedro Porro, didn't he, for Spurs in an FA Cup game while he was working at Zara as an assistant. Can't play a player like that at wing back, can we? Can we? Come on. Do you not think Jody at wing back is he's not his full potential? The only time we played Jody as a winger and I've said it a number of times, was away at Newport in one of Maynard's seasons. He was unreal. I mean, you could play him as a wing back, but this is going to lead me on to a point where I have a pretty strong opinion on. But what we'll get on to that in a second. What do you make to that signing and the fact it's undisclosed, shows we paid a bit of money? Happy about it?
Yeah, look, it looks to be an exciting signing, doesn't it? There's obviously a little bit still of work to do. I think he's not really consistent. His stats aren't amazing, but look, the owners generally, to pay a fee in January, you feel like maybe there's something that they've seen or something like that. So it's exciting. Am I right in thinking it's 2.5 and another year in the club's favour?
I think so. Yeah.
So it's a decent enough term contract as well. And if he's doing well, it can be extended. Another one where time will tell.
Yeah, Adam says maybe we're looking at playing wingers. The interesting thing is you make this signing and from the lower leagues. He is 23. So, I mean, he's still young, but he's not one of those sort of 18, 19-year-olds that's ripping it up in non-league. I mean, it's kind of like for him, you've got to kind of be starting to get your transfer into the Football League pretty soon because, 23 is not that young in football anymore. I mean, you've got teams all across the leagues putting 15-year-olds on the bench and, starting 16 and 17-year-olds in games. It's just madness. Then takes us to our final signing, which was it yesterday? No, it was a couple of days ago, wasn't it? James Belshaw, the signing that should probably have happened 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and 1 year ago. Did you think it would be, I didn't think it would signal a departure for Kel Roos.
No, I didn't, to be honest with you. But I was thinking it'd be interesting to see how that sort of goes because I couldn't really imagine Roos as wanting to not be first choice.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I think he was, in my mind, when the player joins and you're like, right, they'll probably come on for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then build up. There was no way he was never going to, he was always going to start, wasn't he, away at Crawley?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you make of the whole thing of, Notts fan, signed for Notts, Meadow Lane, season where we're wanting to get promoted?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've said it on the channel as well. I wasn't overly precious on signing Belshaw, to be honest with you. And I think all these things feel great and they sound great, and it's nice. It's nice that you're bringing him back to Meadow Lane, and he's grown up watching Notts and he's a Notts fan. But these things don't always work out. Do you know what I mean? And you don't want it to sort of leave a bit of taste and all of those sorts of things. But look, he's going to give it his all. It's something that he said he's going to apply himself as much as he can. And I think in this moment in time, it's probably it is a good signing because look, he's 36 at the end of the day. I know he's a goalkeeper, but that's towards the later stages of your career as a footballer, whether you like it or not. I hope he comes in and he's absolutely amazing, and I'm sure he will give his all. But for me, the only way that I would have liked to see him signed is in this predicament where we really need a keeper. And like you were because I was sort of against it originally, but then what you were saying, but he'll give his all. He's going to want to get Notts promoted and things like that. So yeah, that sort of won me around a little bit, but I don't really. When you go online and you sort of in summer and you're seeing people saying, we need to sign Belshaw. I get it, and it would have probably been cheaper in summer if we did sign Belshaw. But you can't see into the future, can you?
That's what I was just about to say to you is, now we've brought him in to replace Roos. It's an upgrade instantly. Yeah. But had that been the solution in summer to the Alex Bass departure, would it have been seen differently by people? I think I'd have still been pretty happy. But comment here says he's a stopgap. If it's a stopgap for a year and a half, I think it's good. I'm gonna echo what I said earlier on in the season. We were not getting promoted and we might still not. We were not getting promoted with Kel Roos in goal. No way. I honestly think it was almost impossible. And I know that's pinning a lot on one player, but we could be 5, 6, 7, 8 points better off. And I'm not saying it's all on mistakes from him, but look at the confidence that Alex Bass gives you playing as a centre back. It means you you play differently. Like you're not as reserved. You know, you're more confident. You head balls away. Your goalkeeper deals with crosses, things like that. So, yeah, interesting one. I like it. I think it's a good move. Obviously, it's not been done for this. It's a good PR move. You know, I like the announcement, all the pictures of him in Notts kits, in the stand on the pitch. Liked all that. Good. You know, players that have been in this league a long time will know he's a good goalkeeper. When we've played him, he's always been good. You know, a lot of players we've got will know that. So, yeah, I'm not against it. Is it a stopgap? We'll see. But if it gets us to League One, what a fantastic stopgap. So I'll take that. A couple of other rumours. I want to just really nip back to something that was in my head and then dropped out of my head. Traoré gone, and I agree. I think it could be a good move. I assume it's a loan because there's no way we're just going to completely write him off after what we paid. Yeah. Are you disappointed that he's played 14 minutes this year? I know we don't see everything in training, but surely there's been times where we could give him an opportunity. I know we saw him away at Lincoln. He was hopeless in the EFL trophy. Do you think he deserved a bit more of an opportunity?
It's a good question. I don't know. I always find that question hard in anyone's sort of sense. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're in a results business. Football is a results business. And if you feel, as a head coach or a manager or anything like that, if you feel like a player is more of a risk to play than another one, then you're probably not going to play them. You do feel like there's more reliable players in the squad. And where I'd definitely like to see him have played more minutes, I just don't. He's not given us anything really to sort of show that, really, has he? I don't think that's too harsh to say. So I think the move is good for him. I think he'll get some football and fair play to him.
So now you're left with Jata and Dennis. Dennis, I don't know if you fell asleep watching the Accrington game like I nearly did. Dennis was left on at 70 minutes. Jata was brought off.
Yeah.
Dennis could barely run by the end of the game. You've now got two strikers. No option of a third striker at all. Does this mean we get someone in?
I hope so.
Do you go with two strikers for the rest of the season when you're looking to
You can't. If one of them gets injured, you're in big trouble. Yeah, I've seen Adam's just put there, if only Traoré scored that goal at Port Vale. You said it before, it could have completely changed the future and the history of Traoré at Notts, because it would have just lit that flame, wouldn't it? But it never really lit for him, did it? There was a lot of that. It's like that. It's very similar to a Jata signing, to a Ruben signing, where it's from overseas. You know, you don't really. They're a bit of an unknown, and you get really excited for those signings, but it just didn't really work out for him. And it's the first time, really, it hasn't it, for that type of signing.
Yeah. Yeah. If you'd have asked me last year when we signed him, a year in the future, like for the fee we paid for Traoré, what would you class as a disappointing return? I'd have said like 7-8 goals. Got none. Yeah. None. I think he got 2 assists in the same game. And he fell over for one of them. Yeah. So, and it like nudged forward. I think the other one was cleared into him. But I hope he does well. I don't think we necessarily saw enough of him. One video, Pavis Perspective, someone commented saying that we have him as a scapegoat. I mean, we barely spoke about him, to be honest, but not quite enough. I'd like to see more than 14 minutes.
That's a good idea, though. I might use that one going forward.
Which one?
I might just use him as a scapegoat, even if he's not at the club anymore.
Yeah. When we lose to Crawley, it's his fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine if he starts now and we win the game. The only other thing I want to talk about, and I was going to do this, but Mickey's put it in, is this. There's been a lot of rumours around Hull being recalled, with Hull and Southampton interested. Daz says feels like Spurs would have recalled by now. He's not being recalled to go to the Championship. Seriously, is he?
I don't think so. At all.
He's not.
He's definitely got a future ahead of him, but why would you pull him out now when he's sort of like he's played well for Notts and he's had moments, but you feel like just let him have a structured season at one club and develop that way instead of him being guaranteed game time to then go into the Championship and not being guaranteed game time, you know?
Because there's no way if you are a Spurs scout and you're watching every game that you're sat there thinking this lad needs to be playing 2 leagues or higher. You can't be watching that and thinking that. Yeah, he's come up with massive goals, borne it away, and he's done some really good things. But also, there's been games where, and I'm not just saying him, a lot of other players have done the same, but he's kind of gone missing in those games. A lot of talk again. I keep wanting to move on, but there's some good points being put on. A lot of talking about Jarvis. If he left, I'd be very disappointed if Jarvis left. But again, can I see any future? Every time he comes on, whether it's in a cup competition, whether it's in the league, winning a penalty against Harrogate in that game, or getting an assist against Barnsley in the EFL Trophy, he seems to do something. He takes on more players in 5 minutes than some of the wing backs take on all game, and then he's completely out of the team for weeks. And I know there was a virus going around and things like that, but you'd think 4, 5, 6 games after those viruses have gone through the team, he's going to be fit to play. Would you be? I get from your facial expression, I don't know how disappointed you'd actually be.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, what's the point in holding on to a player if he's not going to play? You know what I mean?
But he's.
I agree he has quality, but if he's not going to play, what's the point? #free Jarvis.
He's a player that's going to go somewhere else and be good.
Exactly that.
But I don't doubt it at all. I mean, look at the Accrington game. If he comes on, like he surely has more of an impact than, I don't know. Someone says Jarvis is okay. There's loads of people just randomly talking about the Puskás Award. Eli Sam.
Yeah, I think was it LJ said for every Jata and Ruben there's an Elijah Sam and Kasper Sloth. I mean, I don't really get the Kasper Sloth mention there. I thought he was brilliant for Notts.
Did he even play?
I think he got left out of a pre-season game and he left.
The guy was playing for Leeds in like the Championship, I think.
I love that story, man. It's so funny.
He played 7 games since leaving Notts and then never played again. We played 8 games for Denmark. Rosemary said, I assume she's still talking about when I said that Jarvis will be good if he leaves somewhere else. She says just like Whittaker did. Yeah, Whittaker
played at the same time as well, weren't they, Whittaker and Jarvis?
Yeah, Whittaker for us in that playoffs was absolutely dreadful. Wimbledon away was dreadful, but I mean, he's having a decent season. I'm going to look at his stats now. Charlie Whittaker this season has played 23, scored 7, 2 assists. Not bad. He scored 4 for us in 21 games, but yeah, very, very interesting. Right. Should we do one of these? Should we give away? Here's how you win.
I think you just broke it.
Oh, I haven't. Don't say that.
Oh, you broke it.
It was. There you go.
Oh.
It's that bell that you've attached to them, in case you lose it.
Wait, do that again. See that cup there?
Yeah.
I don't even want to say it because I'll just start laughing. It doesn't matter.
You're really immature. You're really immature. I'm not happy about that. I've lost my train of thought because I'm just thinking how silly you are. Put #mug in the chat if you want to win the mug, basically. Or you could be using it to talk about George. But either way, #mug. Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited to see who wins. Delivered a mug before Christmas. Just before Christmas, actually. It was the what was the game? It was the Walsall game. Walsall game. We've got to deliver that. We've got 1, 2 entries, 3, 4, 5 entries. They're absolutely rattling in now. 9 entries already. What colours have you got, George? Well, obviously, you paint them. Have you got any? We did some limited edition away kit colours the last few years, didn't we?
Yeah. What? Like personally?
Yeah. Have you got any? Did you take over any time?
I don't have any. No.
None.
When I moved house like 4 years ago, it must have been 4 years ago now. Yeah, 3 or 4 years ago. I had one and I dropped it when I was taking one of the crates out of my van to lift it up to my new house.
No way. Good.
Yeah, smash. It didn't smash though. because it's unsmashable. But
so what's the problem with it?
It fell down the drain, lost it.
Oh, you're joking?
No.
What, open manhole cover and everything?
Yeah. It was sad.
I thought they could swim.
Yeah, they can, but only downstream.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's honestly really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Once we get to 30 entries, I'll do it. We've got 29 entries at the minute. 30 entries. There we go. It's a big moment because it's the first one of 2026. Also, there's 2 more times we're going to be doing quite big giveaways in the channel. The first time we're going to do quite a big giveaway is when we get to our 200th episode, because why not? So 200 episodes would be a big giveaway. Yeah. And then also we're going to do a big giveaway when we get 5,000 subscribers. So we're less than 400 away now. If you're new here to the channel, or you've enjoyed today's show, or you're a Crawley fan that want to see what happens after the game when we release our 2 videos on Saturday, so please subscribe to the channel. Even if we get 1, that'll make George's day.
Yeah, even if you're watching this now and you've supported the channel for a long time, make a second account and subscribe from that.
Honestly, make 3 or 4.
Do anything. Just
make 3 or 4, which will take you a good hour or so. Message us and we'll just give you a thumbs up emoji. And then you've helped the channel out massively. Massively. George.
Tom.
Let me know if you can see that on your screen.
I can see that on my screen.
37 entries. Here we go. If you win, you have a week to contact us. Same as any other. Contact us on nottscountytalk@gmail.com. Messages on Twitter, messages on Instagram, message on Facebook. Unfortunately, I always say this, YouTube removed the message feature, which I have no idea why. If it's not been claimed in a week, then we will redraw the exact same mug. It won't be used. Don't worry about it. It won't be dropped down the drain. Here we go. I hope I win. Winner is... Steve Carter 6249. Congratulations, Steve. Messages, get in contact with us. How do you feel about that, George? Seeing another one go, another mug go?
Yeah, look, it's great to be able to give these mugs away. It's great.
It is. Guess what? Got one more for next week.
Oh, tap your ring on that one.
Hey?
Tap your ring on that one. There you go. Who wouldn't want a mug like that? Huh?
Premium.
Tap by Tom's ring. Fantastic.
Premium. That is taken off air. Yeah, premium quality. I like this comment, to be fair.
Cheers, Bailey.
Hashtag mug. That unfortunately wouldn't have won the competition because the hashtag has to be in front of the mug. But
yes, it's personal between me and Bailey, right?
2 thumbs up. Let's have a look. There's people talking about all the different players that have kind of flopped. Charlie Colquitt was a disaster. I'm sure we signed him from A&E, like he was injured all the time. Like Cairo Mitchell literally went to A&E because we needed one more signing to fill out the squad. And he just wandered out after breaking three toes in his leg.
So on crutches and thought he's the man for the job.
That's the one we need. Fill up the squad. I want an orange painted one. We did have those last year. We did an orange one and another colour.
Purple as well.
Purple. That's the colour. Nice. Right. We've got our team. I'm going to show our team. And then I'll tell you where I'm off to. I'm off after this to watch Traitors. Unreal show. You watch Traitors? Well, I like Traitors a lot.
You know what? I was actually going to start watching it on Monday to try and catch up for Wednesday. Is it on Wednesday to Saturday or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to try and catch up, but I just didn't because I just didn't.
Mate,
but I'm going to try because everyone keeps telling me it's really good.
It's class.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to try and watch it.
It's class. Esky says, Tom, have we fallen out because of Roos? No, Esky, I'm delighted he's gone. I am, and I do like how you were sort of just getting behind the players and things like that. I do like that because we're not a channel that sort of needlessly go at players, but we've not fallen out. Don't worry about that. Not
That's
a channel.
what he said to me. I see before the show, he said me and Essie have fallen out because Bruce is gone.
You weren't even here for the start of the show, so don't get a bit bigger like that.
I was kind of.
No, you weren't. Me and Sam holding the fort.
I was kind of there.
Sam said, "Where's that lad that was here on the last show?" I said, "Don't know who you're talking about." And everyone was commenting, "Don't know who you're talking about." So, in other news, Adam says, "Could not connect the undersoil heating to the hot taps in the Pavis?" Honestly, if they did that, the pitch would be on fire. There
would literally be a hole to the center of the earth if you were to do that.
Jane's absolutely done you. Late to everything, including traitors.
I'm getting some flack tonight in the chat. I'm not liking it, to be honest with you. Next time I'm down Med Lane, it's on site, all of you. I mean it. All of you.
Fair enough. You can't look. You've got to take. Everyone's having a go, and I love it. I do. I think
disappointed
it's great.
George. Who's that? Who's disappointed George?
Everyone's disappointed in you, and I love to see it. I do.
Everyone will get it.
It's holding you accountable for your actions, right? Can you see that team? I've given Belshaw the number 99.
Seems like a reasonable thing to do.
I actually couldn't choose a number. I had to input him onto the system because he wasn't actually in the team yet. The people on the bench is not. It's not the bench we're going for. It's got a mixture of youth players. I think it had almost put in some of the Baseford squad for that game because it goes to the most recent. So Belshaw in goal, fantastic. Makari, Platt and Bedu. Don't think Brown's going to come into the squad, do you, George? Or maybe in the squad. I think he's going to start. Cerullo and Jones. What about your wing-back options, your choices, George? I think Jones has to start personally.
Yeah, I agree.
He has to. I'm being optimistic here with Palmer. We haven't heard too much unless I've missed anything. I think Eel Pendo's been fantastic, but I think if Palmer's back, he slots straight in for Norburn. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And then, this was something debatable, wasn't it, between us? Grant or Hall? What was your choice of the two?
I like Grant and I like Hall, but it has to be Grant.
Yeah, it has to be. Away from home. I was saying to Sam just as you joined, actually, George, that we're going to be we have to win the game.
Yeah.
We can't slip any further. I mean, I'm just going to have a very, very quick look, and it's not something I want to sort of be talking about too much, but if we don't win if we lose, we could be as far down as 10th. And we're already, this is insane. Honestly, if I'd have said this to you at the start of the season, George, after 25 games, we'll be 12 points behind Bromley. Where would you say we were in the league?
Oh, you'd probably say bottom nearly, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would say especially near the relegation zone, because Harrogate are on 18 points and 12 points from there takes you up to 18. But this is the gap, right? Cheltenham are in 18th, and if they were 12 points better off, they'd be 5th. That's how far ahead they are from us.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins in a row. 8, 9, 10, 11. 10 wins in 11 games. And we go there on the 14th. Really?
I think that's their good spell over, though.
You think? And I don't want to say
not
this.
Over, but I think once this good spell for them is over, they can't keep that up. They have a good squad, but it's not win the league good.
I'm just going to say something, right? The fixtures have been very kind to them, and I'm not playing this down at all. But they won away at Tranmere, which actually is a good result. They beat Newport at home, which is easy, really, isn't it? They won away at Crawley, who are in awful form. They won away at Bristol Rovers, who are in shocking form. They beat Grimsby, who are in poor form. They won at Accrington, who aren't great. And they beat Crawley again. They got the opposite December to us. They got a really favourable December, but fair play to them because they're massively overachieving. They're better than us. They're better than us. And then Dennis and Jatta up front. There's no other option.
Yeah, well, your hands are tied, aren't they?
I'm gonna put something out there now. I would not be, and I know I've seen some stupid rumours going around. Right, I would not be shocked if Jatta isn't here at the end of Jan. I just wouldn't be shocked. Would you?
No, I wouldn't.
How would you feel about that? I mean, let's say we got a replacement in. We need two in.
If Traore and Jatta go, we need two in. Regardless of if Traore's been in the squad or not.
Yeah.
we need backup.
Yeah. Bailey said, can't say Accrington are bad if we're losing to them. We were bad. We were worse than bad. I'm trying to think of a good word. We were really bad. That's how bad we were.
It just goes to show you how much we sort of do miss that midfield too.
Yeah, and although Eel Pendle Northern did well,
Eel Pender has been unreal. Like it's not even that. It's just Eel Pender can be further up the pitch, and I do feel like Palmer and Robbo that sitting two that we need.
And we got away with it at home to MK, didn't we? When they started, just looking at some of those. Have you seen the Jatta to Bradford ones? I just don't think so. I don't think that's the thing. I mean, would it make sense?
I can't see him playing for Bradford, actually.
I can, but I don't think it's a thing. Like, how much have they got? Right now, if allegedly Plymouth offered 750, if a club came in for 600, do you think we sell?
600k?
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know. Maybe.
But I don't know how much Bradford have. So
why?
There you go. Score prediction then, George. You can go first.
I'm just reading the comments here. Goalkeepers do not win games. Well, that's a very broad statement. There's a bit of evidence online on that one. Anyway, score prediction. I'm going for a win, Tom. To Crawley. No, I'm joking. 2-1 Knots. Dennis gets a 25-yard goal and Jatta gets a header.
We have to win.
We have to win.
We have to. I think it could be a weird game because we have to win, and they've also got 8 players. Some of them are the promotion players. They've got them up a couple of seasons before. I think it could be a 3-2. And I hope it's a 3-2 Knots. I just want to see some excitement. Like, Accrington was really boring. MK was decent for the first half. Chesterfield I didn't get to, unfortunately, but Will did the vlog and didn't look great. Walsall was kind of Walsall sat behind the ball. So I've enjoyed the football we've played this season.
Will did the vlog and didn't look great. That's really harsh.
No. Will's vlog was fantastic. Fantastic. Don't you get me in trouble with Will because he's done well.
He has done well.
He's done well. He's done well. He's done well. I'm going to go 3-2. So, Julie says 2-1.
2 goals in Belshaw.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a mad game. Goalies don't win games. Essie said that.
True.
The goals win games. You can't win a game unless your goalie scores.
That's what I'm saying. That's happened before.
Happens regularly as well.
I won't say regularly, but
I bet there's a goalie that scores every week somewhere in the world. That's regularly.
I mean, that's a broad statement. What we're talking
about? If it's happening somewhere in the world, a goalkeeper scores a winning goal every day. That's regular.
Well, fair enough. But not in the professional game, eh?
Don't matter. No one said that we're professional here. We've got you on the show. Far from professional as possible. Oh my goodness me.
It hurts. My eyes.
We've got Mickey who says 3-1 Knots. Channelman for 15 months. I can't count that high. So that's incredible. Rosemary says Defo. Didn't mean to click that, so I'll just leave it on the screen for a few seconds. Take that in. There you go. Got 1-1 from Chris. We've got 2-0 clean sheet Knots. I'd love a clean sheet from Belshaw. That'd be great. Fist bump in the away end. 3-0 Knots. That'd be great. 4-1 Knots. 2-0 Knots. Dennis _2. We have got to forget that they're winless in so many games. They're 19 points. Like, we've got to win this game. We've got to win this game. We've got 6-0. Belshaw on board to Jatta for all 6. I think they'll work that out at some point. We've got 2-1 Knots. 2-0 Knots. Dennis ×2. We've got 2-2. 3-0 Knots. Would a draw be a bad result for you, George?
It would feel a bit underwhelming, wouldn't it? For sure.
It would. We've got 3-0, 2-0. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this score on, 4-1. And then if Will's watching, because I know Will does watch sometimes, Jane says, Will was fantastic, full of enthusiasm and information. And I guarantee that will make his day, because no one's ever said that about him before. So he'll really enjoy that. So, Will, if you're watching...
Will is very, very good.
He's
one of the people where he can make everyone smile.
Yeah, that's good. That's really nice. That's nice to say. If you are travelling to Crawley, might see you there. Say hello. We'll have a chat about things. maybe taking Sam's recommendations of where to go before the game. Safe travels. Not as fun says, are you going yet? We'll be at the game. Please do subscribe to the channel. If you're new, if you're a long-time viewer and you're not subscribed, please do. It only takes a second. Leave a like on the video. Let's go for 100 likes on this video. Thanks all for watching. We're glad to be back regularly on Thursdays. The anagram looks real. Was Kelroos. Someone did get it, but I missed off the S. But now it's there. So Kelroos. And yeah, great to be back. See you all for a live next week, hopefully with 3 points.